Alexander, a former public safety director in DeKalb County, Georgia, that's outside of Atlanta, and the former president of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. Also with us, CNN legal analyst Shan Wu. You know, Shan, when the majority of the victims are Asian women, is it too early to rule out race as a factor in this mass murder?
It certainly is not too early, Wolf. And honestly, it concerns me that the statements we've heard from the sheriff down there, they seem so hesitant to mention the fact that, from the looks of it, he targeted Asian women. And not to mention the fact that the hate crime statute says gender as well as race. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer that you should be talking about the fact that this is a likely hate crime. So I don't think it's too early at all. And I think the hesitation is of great concern because traditionally there's been a lot of under-prosecution of violence against people of color, Wolf.
Yeah, that's an important point. 6 of the 8 who were murdered were Asian women. You know, Cedric, what are the investigators looking for right now to try to figure out exactly what this man's motive was for these horrific murders?
Well, as you can only imagine, Wolf, this is going to be an ongoing investigation. And here again, I think it's really too premature to really draw any real conclusion as around to what his motive may have been. It is suggested by the sheriff's department there from statements I assume they got from him. This was some type of sexual fetish that he may have been experiencing. But here again, if we consider the moment in which we're in this country where over 3,800 incidents have been logged that have been reported, I should say, against Asian Americans of incidents and violence that have occurred. And that's probably underreported because oftentimes people may not make that report. So it's just hard to overlook the fact that race very well could be a variable here. So what investigators will do, they certainly will talk to surviving witnesses and other witnesses who will probably be able to give some clear explanation as to what they may have heard, what they may have picked up, etc. So here again, I think we're going to know more over the next few days, few weeks.
We'll know a lot more about this 21-year-old in not just the next few weeks, in the coming hours, and certainly within the next few days. You know, Shan, you've written very powerfully about the importance of charging anti-Asian violence as hate crimes here in our country. From a legal perspective and your authority on this, why is that so important? Should this case specifically be prosecuted potentially as a hate crime?
It certainly should be potentially prosecuted as a hate crime, Wolf, because the whole point of the hate crime statute is that you're sending a message that if you target a whole group, a whole community of people, that makes you more dangerous than the average criminal, frankly. This is not just a moment of passion, a manslaughter situation. He's selected victims on account of their race. That's why it's got to be charged. And you have to send a message to those communities that lack a voice that they are protected, to encourage them to come forward. To have a law on the books and to not use it, it's like having those laws not exist at all. It's like erasing the laws. So it's so important to do that here. And, you know, I was a prosecutor, as you know, and really the prosecutors have to step up here. Law enforcement did their job. They caught the guy. Well, prosecutors have to show a little bit of courage and charge the crime. It's a sentence enhancement. They're not going to lose the murder charge if they fail to prove the hate crime aspect of it. So they need to show a little backbone and prosecute these cases.
Yep. Shan Wu, Cedric Alexander. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Let's get some more